Good afternoon, Colonel Lomas, Colonel Watson, Colonel Rotante, distinguished guests, soldiers, families, and friends. On behalf of Major General Donna W. Martin, Provost Marshal General of the United States Army and Commander of the United States Army Criminal Investigation Command, Command Sergeant Major James Breckenridge, Command Sergeant Major of the United States Army Criminal Investigation Command, and Chief Warrant Officer 5, Joel Fitz, Command Chief Warrant Officer of the United States Army Criminal Investigation Command, welcome to the Change of Command ceremony for the 6th Military Police Group, CID. Today, Colonel Kevin Hanrahan will relinquish command of the 6th Military Police Group to Colonel Travis Jacobs. The reviewing officer for today's ceremony is Major General Donna Martin, Commanding General of the Criminal Investigation Command. The commander of troops for today's ceremony is Major Kyle Martin. Music today is provided by America's First Corps Band, the heartbeat of America's Corps. America's First Corps Band is commanded by Chief Warrant Officer 3, Robert M. Bruns, and the drum major is Sergeant First Class Kenneth Edra. The formation of soldiers and colors standing proudly before us today from left to right are Headquarters and Headquarters Attachment, 6th Military Police Group, CID, commanded by Captain Hope T. Shrimka. The Detachment Sergeant is Master Sergeant Tony Williams. The 11th Military Police Battalion, CID, stationed at Fort Hood, Texas, commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Izquierdo. The First Sergeant is First Sergeant Jared Williams. The Investigative Operations Officer is Chief Warrant Officer 4, Michael Shelley. The 6th Military Police Group, CID, Color Guard, under the direction of Command Sergeant Major Jametta Bland. The 19th Military Police Battalion, CID, stationed at Schofield Barracks, Hawaii, commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Candace Fisher. The First Sergeant is First Sergeant Elizabeth Steele. The Investigative Operations Officer is Chief Warrant Officer 4, Matthew Cummins. The 22nd Military Police Battalion, CID, stationed here at Joint Base Lewis McChord, commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Michael Kotowski. The First Sergeant is First Sergeant Philip Broadhurst. The Investigative Operations Officer is Chief Warrant Officer 4, Angel Miles. The 393rd Military Police Battalion, CID, United States Army Reserve from Bell, California, commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Trinidad. The First Sergeant is Sergeant First Class Nicholas Taylor. The Investigative Operations Officer is Chief Warrant Officer 5, David Knutson. Please direct your attention to the VIP seating section. At this time, Specialist Cabezas is presenting a bouquet of red roses in full bloom to Mrs. Megan Hanrahan on behalf of the group, as a token of appreciation for her contributions to the group. Red represents the color of the heart and reflects the loving concern that she has bestowed upon our soldiers and their families over the past 2 years. Thanking her for her tremendous support while in command of the Veritas group. Specialist Cabezas is also presenting a red rose to Colonel Hanrahan's mother, Mrs. Maureen Hanrahan, a military corn of excellence to Mr. Doug Lloyd, a small gift to his sons Brady and Caleb, and a pink rose to his daughter Allison in appreciation of their support. At this time, Specialist Granados is presenting a bouquet of yellow roses to Mrs. Becky Jacobs and a single yellow rose to his daughters Claire and Leah. Welcome them to the Veritas family. Since ancient times, armies have conducted ceremonies to commemorate victories over enemies, to honor comrades in arms, and to celebrate special occasions such as we are doing today. These ceremonies have not only added color and pageantry to military life, but have also preserved tradition and enhanced esprit de corps. The Continental Army established the foundation on which our present-day ceremonies are based. What you will see today is a reflection of procedures developed by Baron von Steuben at Valley Forge in 1778. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation given by Chaplain Thomas Miller, Chaplain for the 6th Military Police Group.
Please join me in prayer. Almighty God, as we begin this ceremony in which 6th MP Group, CID, will say goodbye to one outstanding commander and welcome in another, we pause to give you thanks for your presence today, for the men and women represented here and the strength you've given to them. We also thank you for Colonel Hanrahan and for the leadership and mentorship he has provided throughout the group and UCID. I thank you for the strength and wisdom that you provided to him throughout his 2 years of command and the unique challenges and problem sets that accompanied it. Today we celebrate not only Colonel Hanrahan's handing over the reins of command, but also the completion of 25 years of faithful and selfless service. I ask now that you be close to he and his family, Megan, Allison, Caleb, and Brady, as they adjust their focus to the next phase of their life. May they each find meaning, purpose, and joy wherever the future leads them. I also thank you for Colonel Jacob and the gifts and skills that have already brought him success. I ask that you continue to strengthen these skills as he steps into this new challenge and takes command of the 6th MP Group, and that you provide him with strength, honor, and wisdom throughout it. I also thank you for the service and sacrifice of his wife Becky and their 2 daughters, Leah and Claire. We're glad that they're a part of our CID family and ask that you give them strength and joy in all that lies ahead. And finally, I ask that you be with our soldiers around the world, enable them to serve faithfully and to exemplify duty, honor, and courage, protect them as they do so, and be near to their families when they cannot be. Amen.
Please be seated. Music has also been an important part of military tradition. At this time, the group adjutant will begin the change of command ceremony by directing the band to sound attention. The 6th Military Police Group CID Adjutant, Chief Warrant Officer 2, Alana Hool, will now direct sound attention.
Sound attention! Sound adjutant's call! Sound present arms! Sound order arms!
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the rendering of honors to Major General Donna Martin. Major General Martin defers her honors today to Colonel Kevin Hanrahan in recognition of his successful time as the commander of the 6th Military Police Group, CID. Now taking their places on the reviewing stand are Colonel Kevin Hanrahan, outgoing commander of the 6th Military Police Group, the reviewing officer, Major General Donna Martin, commander of the United States Army Criminal Investigation Command, and Colonel Travis Jacobs, the incoming commander of the 6th Military Police Group. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Sound present arms!
The 6th Military Police Group, CID, is a brigade-level command, supporting commanders by conducting criminal investigations of serious, sensitive, or special interest matters, preventing crime, and preserving the force and Army resources in peacetime combat and contingency operations throughout the group's area of operations. The 6th Military Police Group, CID, is responsible for all felony criminal investigative matters with a U.S. Army interest throughout an area of operation encompassing the western half of the continental United States, Hawaii, Alaska, and the Pacific Rim to include Japan, Okinawa, and the Republic of Korea. With the headquarters at Joint Base Lewis-McChord, Washington, the group is comprised of 3 subordinate battalions and a partnered reserve battalion located at Joint Base Lewis-McChord, Washington, Fort Hood, Texas, Schofield Barracks, Hawaii, and Bell, California, respectively. Additionally, there are 22 subordinate CID offices and 1 field office spread strategically throughout the group's area of operations. In 1994, the 6th Military Police Group, CID, reconfigured to an MTO structure. Since 2001, the group has provided numerous forces on multiple deployments in support of Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. The 6th Military Police Group, CID, provides direct support to the following commands: United States Forces Korea, United States Army Pacific, 5th U.S. Army, Army North, 8th U.S. Army, 1st Corps, 3rd Corps, 1st Infantry Division, 1st Armored Division, 1st Cavalry Division, 2nd Infantry Division, 4th Infantry Division, 7th Infantry Division, 25th Infantry Division, United States Army Japan, and United States Army Alaska. The 6th Military Police Group, CID, motto is Seek the Truth. Throughout American history, our nation's colors have been a rallying point for the American soldier. The Stars and Stripes have been the banner under which Americans have lived, fought, and died. More than a symbol, the flag is the embodiment of our liberty and of our freedom. At this time, the commander of troops will direct the officers and colors to march to the center of the formation to present the command and render national honors.
Sound attention! Sound color center, march!
Sir, the colors are present.
Zone, present arms! Detachment, present arms!
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the National Anthem. Please be seated. The official party will now move forward to conduct a change of command. The change of command ceremony is a simple, traditional event which is rich in symbolism and heritage. The key to the change of command is the passing of the unit colors. The colors are the commander's symbol of authority, presenting his responsibility to the organization. Wherever the commander is, there also are his colors. The custodian of the colors is the command sergeant major, the senior enlisted soldier in the unit, and the principal advisor to the commander. Wherever the commander is, there also are the colors. The custodian of the colors is the group command sergeant major. The passing of the colors symbolizes the transfer of authority from the outgoing commander to the incoming commander. The passing of the colors demonstrates to the soldiers of the unit the old commander has passed the mantle of leadership to the new commander, and with this must also pass the loyalty of the soldiers to their new commander. Command Sergeant Major Bland passes the colors to Colonel Hanrahan for the last time. Colonel Hanrahan then passes the colors to Major General Martin, relinquishing his command and completion of 25 months as the commander of the 6th Military Police Group, CID. Major General Martin passes the colors to Colonel Jacobs, charging him with the responsibility for the 6th Military Police Group, CID, as its new commander. By authority of Army Regulation 600-20, paragraph 2-5 Charlie, the undersigned assumes command of the 6th Military Police Group, CID, effective 23 June 2021, signed Travis Jacobs, Colonel, Military Police, commanding. Colonel Jacobs then returns the colors to Command Sergeant Major Bland, his senior enlisted leader and the keeper of the colors. As the official party moves back to the reviewing stand, note that the incoming and outgoing commanders change positions by crossing behind Major General Martin, further signifying that the change of command is now complete and Colonel Jacobs has officially assumed command of the 6th Military Police Group. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commanding General of the United States Army Criminal Investigation Command, Major General Donna Martin.
No pressure. This has to be a great speech now. So good afternoon. Okay, first to the soldiers out on the field. Okay, everybody shake it out, please. Move. It's okay, Sergeant Major. All right, good afternoon, distinguished guests, friends, and community leaders. It's a great day to have a change of command ceremony where we formally recognize the change of leadership of the 6th Military Police Group, CID, here at Joint Base Lewis McChord. First and foremost, a special welcome to Kevin's mom, Maureen, and her partner, Doug Lloyd, who flew in from Massachusetts to join us here today. Maureen, it was a true pleasure getting to know you and Doug yesterday during Kevin's farewell event. I'm sure you are amazingly proud of your son and everything that he has achieved. Thank you for sharing him with us. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Doug also served as a military police in Vietnam and at Fort Benning, Georgia. Doug, thank you for your service. To Megan, as a military spouse, you've helped carry the tremendous responsibility placed upon our men and women in uniform. You've helped shoulder enormous burdens so that Kevin could focus on the mission. Your contributions to our Army family have been extremely selfless, and the nation owes you a sense of gratitude. Thank you for your lifetime of support, sacrifice, and love. And probably for the first time in a long time, you're going to have lots more time to spend together. We wish you safe travels on your 55-day journey across the country together. And I'm also delighted to welcome our many distinguished guests, senior Army leaders from JBLM and friends from the surrounding community. Thank you for your support to the 6th MP Group, their mission, and these outstanding leaders. And to the men and women of the Veritas family, thank you for your support you have provided to your commander over the past 2 years. This has been a particularly challenging year, but you have constantly and consistently conducted or supported some of the Army's most serious and egregious felony-level criminal investigations. I want to publicly thank you and tell you that I am proud of all of you and excited for the next chapter of this command. I want to thank the staff for the hospitality that's been extended to my team during our visit. We know these ceremonies don't just happen, so to everyone who has helped in putting this ceremony together, thank you. And to the band on the field, you sound magnificent, and you always lend a grandeur to these types of celebrations, so thank you so much. The 6th Military Police Group, under Kevin's dedicated leadership, has achieved some impressive accomplishments. His vision created a continuity of effort at all echelons and positioned this command to succeed during a challenging global health pandemic. The group initiated over 10,000 felony law enforcement reports and provided unrivaled investigative services for combatant commanders, Army senior leaders, and military communities across 22 states and 3 continents. They seized over $1.2 million in illicit drugs and increased drug suppression operations on Army installations. CID agents successfully recovered and returned $8.8 million in stolen equipment and funds to the United States government. Additionally, Kevin and his team were also responsible for sending trained and ready special agents to CENTCOM to support Task Force Justice, the CONUS Southwest Border Mission, and time-sensitive protective service missions in the National Capital Region. Kevin assessed risk, surged group assets, organized key leader engagements, and provided calm leadership during a prolonged period of intense national media scrutiny. His steady, consistent leadership ensured Veritas agents received the necessary support and resources to conduct their important investigative mission. He oversaw a multi-phase renovation to the Consolidated Evidence Long-Term Storage Facility that included a $450,000 project to create a climate-controlled space to protect the integrity of critical evidence. Ladies and gentlemen, the 6th Military Police Group is better prepared, better trained, and better equipped today thanks to the great leaders and soldiers of this organization. Kevin, we wish you, Megan, Brady, Caleb, and Allison all the best as you transition into retirement and the next phase of your life. Enjoy the extra family time, the opportunities to travel, and the opportunities to pursue interests you have put on hold while serving your country. Colonel Hanrahan is passing the unit colors today to another exceptional leader, Colonel Travis Jacobs. Travis, welcome to you, your wife, Becky, and your 2 daughters, Claire and Leah. We are excited you are here and look forward to getting to know you all. Colonel Jacobs is an impressive leader with an outstanding reputation that will no doubt continue to build on the successes of this great command. Travis, you are the right leader at the right time to lead this organization through one of the most aggressive restructure efforts in its history. I know you're excited to get started, and we are excited to have you and your family joining CID. You have my complete trust, faith, and confidence, and I know you will act boldly and honorably to take care of the men and women under your command, just as you have your entire career. So remember, if you take care of the people, they will take care of the mission. seek the truth, do what has to be done. One regiment, one corps, people first, winning matters. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the outgoing commander, Colonel Kevin Hanrahan.
Gotta move the microphone up, man. Just a little up, a little higher. Major General Martin, Chief Fitz, Command Sergeant Major Breckenridge, fellow commanders, Command Sergeant Majors, officers, non-commissioned officers, soldiers, and civilians, thank you for being here today. I want to recognize the soldiers on the field, in the color guard. You all look great, and you honor me with your presence. And I'm going to apologize to Sergeant Major up front, but I want you all to go to rest right now, because it's awfully hot. So go ahead. I'll do the command. Rest. Sorry, Sergeant Major. I want to say thank you to the 1st Corps Band. Thanks for being here today. Your presence adds an element of class and tradition that makes this an even more special day, and you guys sound great. General Martin, thanks for coming all the way out here and bringing your team with you. It's always great to see you, the Chief, and Sergeant Major Breckenridge. It's been a heck of a 2 years, and I am so thankful over this past year to have you as my commander. You're absolutely the right person at the right time to navigate our command through this past year. Thank you for your engaged leadership and allowing me to lead. I next want to thank my mom for making the trip out here. It's always great to see you here, Mom, and we got the mountain out for you, so it's an absolutely beautiful day. I wanted to mention Doug as well. Major General Martin already mentioned his service to our nation back in Vietnam, but I just want to let you know how important your presence is for me here, and we're just so blessed to have you in our families' lives. It's pretty surreal to think almost 25 months ago I stood out here with my college ROTC mate, Sarah Albright, and took command from her. I had no clue what was in store for me, had no idea what COVID-19 was. No one knew there would be just an unprecedented series of felony-level investigations that captured the attention of Army senior leaders, Congress, and the nation. I was so innocent and so naive. Somehow through it all, though, I managed to keep my job while continuing to take care of soldiers, civilians, and family members of the unit, while tirelessly pursuing the truth within our Army. I always tell the team, boom, anytime, any place, a case you are working is now a priority for the Army. CID's mission is consistent and has strategic impact on our Army and our nation. There is no green cycle training, redos with criminal investigations, no preseason matches. This unit plays in the major leagues every single day. What I will always remember about these past 25 months is that 6th Group CID, the soldiers, civilians, you made a difference. What this unit does matters for the Army. Aristotle once said, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So my state education interprets that as we are all better and stronger together. The Army is about teamwork. It's team ball, and I was so lucky to have an amazing team. CW5 Keith Mccone as my senior special agent, an absolute legend in the command. Keith is always switched on. He always has his nose in cases and spends countless hours mentoring, developing, and training the agents. He's known for this, so that's what I expected from him. But what I didn't expect from Keith was that he is also an extremely exceptional Army strategic leader and understands organizational leadership. Not to mention a truly enjoyable person to travel with, even if the Command Sergeant Major and I were always waiting for him in the car. Also, if you let him drive, you are taking your own life in your hands. But he will absolutely get you to the airport on time. I want to thank Command Sergeant Major Scott Painter, who I've known since our days back at the Center of the Universe. I was blessed to have such a fantastic battle buddy to integrate me and show me the ropes at 6th Group. Luckily for me, he departed. Well, not luckily for me he departed, but luckily for me, Command Sergeant Major Jametta Bland showed up. That's my Command Sergeant Major. She is passionate about soldiers, cares deeply about people and the mission, is proactive, engaged. Really, I could go on and on about my Command Sergeant Major, but at the end of the day, Jametta Bland is just a great person and an exceptional soldier who I've been blessed to be partnered with. I want to thank Lieutenant Colonel Rene Ramsey, our Deputy Commander, for the past 2 years. Rene is an absolute powerhouse of an officer who is currently off at a string of command courses in anticipation of assuming her battalion command. I want to thank the group staff majors, Lundy, Smith, Berlazzi, Martin, Katzer, Miller, Texter, Walker, Maxheimer, Miller, Goebel, and also our S3 Sergeant Major Jeppy, for your exceptional leadership from the group staff. Thank you to the NCOs, soldiers, and civilians for the group staff. You all are incredible professionals and terrific at what you do. Every day, you look to take rocks out of the rucksack of our subordinate units. Thank you. Thank you to our battalion command teams, Cantwell, Katofsky, Lee, North, Broadhurst, Dennis, Fisher, Whaler, Ringman, Stale, Rivers, Esquerdo, Shelley, and Williams for your untiring leadership. Thanks to your battalion staff officers and your HHD soldiers who are truly unsung heroes. I also want to thank Jeff Trinidad and his team for being here today from Bell, California. Sort of ironic, Jeff was actually one of my OBC students when I was in SGL back in the day, 15 years ago. Actually, Steve Hill, you might have been on that team with me. Most importantly, I want to thank the soldiers and civilians at the offices. Those that support the investigations are crucial to enabling the team to investigate crime. Thank you to our criminal investigators. You are truly the cutting edge. We have seen how quickly a case one of our special agents is working can gain national attention. The pressure our agents are under is simply daunting. Undeterred and determined, our special agents remain focused on bringing truth and justice to the voiceless victim or that despondent family member. Truth and justice is what this unit does, and I've been so very honored to lead it. Lastly, and most importantly, I want to thank my family. Military families are truly the unsung heroes of this nation. My wife, Megan, is the bedrock of our family. She's the strongest person I know, selfless, loving, and caring, the epicenter of our world. Meg, thanks for all you do, which has allowed me to do this. You're amazing, and I love you. My children, Brady, Caleb, and Allison, thank you for being such good kids. I love you all very much. I'm excited for what lies ahead and promises that this next chapter is all about you all. And a dog. Fair enough, Brady. We've already got a name. And lastly, I want to welcome the Jacobs family to the Veritas family. We wish you guys the very best on your new adventures and know that we're only a couple streets away if you need an ear to listen or someone to pour you your drink of choosing. I'm going to go now because I know it's hot, but it's been a true honor. Thanks very much. People first, winning matters. Veritas 6 signing off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 6th Military Police Group, CID, Colonel Travis Jacobs.
Good afternoon, Major General Martin, CW5 Fitz, Command Sergeant Major Breckenridge, fellow command team, JBLM leaders, families, and friends. Thank you for sharing this special day with Becky and me. It means a lot to me that you're here today. We're both humbled and honored to serve in the 6th CID group and are thankful for God for the opportunity to continue serving in our great Army. Our service, however, would not be possible without some of our family who joined us today. Joining us today are Richard and Debbie Nicholson from Weston, Missouri, my brother Scott and Melanie Jacobs with Malia Paloma, joining us from Meridian, Idaho. Thank you all. It means a lot that you're here today. Thanks for the effort. Megan and Kevin, thank you. You showed us a proper welcome, and you made us feel at home right away. We look forward to our continued friendship, and I'm excited for your journeys on the road. Enjoy your travels with your wonderful children. Thank you to the I-Corps band. You look and sound great. Thank you, soldiers on the field. You look great. Command Sergeant Major Bland, thank you. Major Martin and staff, thank you for all your hard work, for preparing for today, and thank you for a professional ceremony. And to my lovely wife and children, you're the best. Thanks for your service. Veritas, seek the truth. People first, winning matters.
At this time, the United States Army will honor Colonel Hanrahan on the occasion of his retirement after more than 26 years of dedicated service to his country. The presiding officer for today's ceremony is Major General Donna Martin, Commander of the United States Army Criminal Investigation Command. This ceremony is one of the oldest and most tradition-rich ceremonies in the United States military. It honors service members as they retire from long and honorable careers in service to their country. To the retiree, this ceremony is one of the most important events in their career. A formal ceremony is a courtesy that is offered to all retiring service members. Today's ceremony is in keeping with customs and proud tradition of the Department of the Army. As a result of the retirement ceremony, the retiree leaves the service with a tangible expression of appreciation for their contributions to the United States Army and its worldwide mission. Additionally, he is assured that he will continue to be a member of the Army family in retirement. Ladies and gentlemen, the presiding officer for today's ceremony, Major General Donna Martin.
Okay, good afternoon again. Okay, so I know the soldiers have been on the field for a while. This is an important part of our ceremony as well. And so as we bid Kevin farewell, we are going to do a retirement as well. And there's only one thing I want to leave you with, Kevin, as you retire today. And that is a poem that I find so applicable today as you transition from soldier to soldier for life. And so it's entitled, "The Man in the Glass." When you get what you want in your struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts the most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. Some people may think you a straight shooting chum and call you a wonderful guy. But the guy in the glass says you're only a bum if you can't look him straight in the eye. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you clear up to the end, and you've passed your most dangerous, difficult test if the man in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of life and get pats on the back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartaches and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated during the reading of orders and presentation of certificates. Major General Martin will now present Colonel Hanrahan with the Military Police Regiment Order of the Marshalsea in silver. The Order of the Maréchal acknowledges the outstanding dedication and devotion of Colonel Kevin F. Hanrahan to the Military Police Corps Regiment. Your degree of professionalism, high standards of integrity and morality, and your promotion of esprit de corps are unparalleled. These qualities mirror those required of the 63 men who donned the blue uniform with yellow piping in 1778 and mounted their horses to become members of the Maréchal Corps of the Continental Army. You have met the challenge, as the soldiers of the Maréchal Corps did, of being just and impartial in performance of your duties, compassionate without being foolish or allowing pity to cloud your judgment, and displaying your devotion to order and justice. By becoming a member of the Order of the Maréchal, you enter a unique organization of virtuous heroes who have emulated their predecessors and by virtue of those acts have received the laurels of your fellow service members. Signed, Michael P. Bennett, Regimental Command Sergeant Major. Mark W. Arnold, Regimental Chief Warrant Officer. And Brigadier General Neve Nell, Chief, MP Corps Regiment. Major General Martin will now present Colonel Hanrahan with a Legion of Merit for his service as the 6th Military Police Group Commander and for his 26 years of dedicated service to the United States Army. Attention to orders. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by Act of Congress 20 July 1942, has awarded the Legion of Merit to Colonel Kevin F. Hanrahan for exceptionally meritorious service in positions of increasing responsibility, culminating over 26 years of honorable service to your country and concluding as the Group Chief Investigative Officer. Throughout your career, you demonstrated outstanding leadership, unwavering devotion to duty, vast technical expertise, selfless service, and genuine concern for soldiers. Your perseverance and devotion to duty immeasurably contributed to mission accomplishment. Your distinguished career reflects great credit on you, the United States Army Criminal Investigation Command, and the United States Army. Signed, Donna Martin, Major General, United States Army, Commanding. From the Department of the Army, Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington, Order Number 159-001, dated 8 June 2021. Colonel Kevin F. Hanrahan, effective 28 February 2022, you retired from active duty and on the date following placed on the retirement list. The people of the United States express their thanks and gratitude for your honorable and faithful service. Your contributions to the defense of the United States of America are greatly appreciated. By order of the Secretary of the Army, signed, Christine A. Kent, Assistant Retirement Services. Major General Martin is now presenting the Certificate of Retirement. The certificate reads, from the Armed Forces of the United States of America, to all who shall see these presents, greetings. This is to certify that Colonel Kevin F. Hanrahan, having served faithfully and honorably, is retired from the United States Army on the 20th day of February 2022. Signed, Mark A. Milley, General, United States Army, Chief of Staff. Colonel Hanrahan, it is with great pride that we present you the U.S. flag. The United States flag is traditionally folded with 13 folds representative of the 13 original colonies, with each fold retaining its own special meaning. Today's flag folding detail is comprised of 8 soldiers, all ranks of which Colonel Hanrahan has held throughout his career, private through specialist, and second lieutenant through colonel. The first fold of our flag is a symbol of life. The second fold is a symbol of our belief in eternal life. The third fold is made in honor and remembrance of the veteran departing our ranks and who gave a portion of his or her life for the defense of our country to attain peace throughout the world. The fourth fold represents our weaker nature. As American citizens trusting in God, it is to Him we turn in times of peace as well as in times of war for His divine guidance. The fifth fold is a tribute to our country, for in the words of Stephen Decatur, our country, and dealing with other countries, may she always be right, but is still our country, right or wrong. The sixth fold is for where our hearts lie. It is with our heart that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The seventh fold is a tribute to our armed forces, for it is through the armed forces that we protect our country and our flag against all enemies, whether they be found within or without the boundaries of our republic. The eighth fold is a tribute to the one who entered into the valley of the shadow of death, that we might see the light of day, and to honor our mother, for whom it flies on Mother's Day. The ninth fold is a tribute to womanhood, for it has been through their faith, love, loyalty, and devotion that the character of the men and women who have made this country great have been molded. The 10th fold is a tribute to Father, for he too has given his sons and daughters for the defense of our country since he or she was first born. The 11th fold, in the eyes of Hebrew citizens, represents the lower portion of the seal of King David and King Solomon and glorifies in their eyes the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The 12th fold, in the eyes of a Christian citizen, represents an emblem of eternity and glorifies in their eyes God the Father, the Son, and Holy Ghost. The 13th and final fold, when the flag is completely folded, the stars are uppermost, reminding us of our nation's motto, "In God we trust." When completely folded and tucked, the United States flag takes on the appearance of the tri-cornered cocked hat, forever reminding us of the soldiers who served under General George Washington and the sailors and Marines who served under Captain John Paul Jones, who were followed by their comrades and shipmates in the armed forces of the United States, preserving for us the right, privileges, and freedoms we enjoy today. At this time, Chief Warrant Officer 5, Keith Mccone, is passing the folded flag to Major General Martin, which he will present to Colonel Hanrahan. Colonel Hanrahan, it is with great pride that we also present you with a U.S. retiree pin and retired soldier decals as small tokens of our appreciation for your career of distinguished service to our Army and to our nation. We ask that you proudly display the retired soldier decal to signify your continued connection with our Army. And we have asked our soldiers to greet those wearing the Army retired soldier pin with Army Strong. Major General Martin will now present a certificate of appreciation from the Army Chief of Staff to Mrs. Megan Hanrahan. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. This is to certify that Mrs. Megan Hanrahan, on the occasion of retirement of your spouse from the United States Army, has earned grateful appreciation for your own selfless, faithful, and devotion to service. Your unfailing support and understanding helped to make possible your spouse's lasting contributions to the nation. Signed, James C. McConville, General, United States Army, Chief of Staff. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Retired Kevin Hanrahan and Mrs. Megan Hanrahan, United States Army, retired.
I'm going to ask you guys in the field to bounce your knees out a little bit and stretch out a little bit, all right? Move around a little bit out there. And stay at rest. Sorry, Sergeant Major. Hey, ma'am, thanks again for being here today. I'm humbled and honored that you all stuck around to witness this ceremony, even though I know that food is waiting for all of you at Colonel Jacobs' reception. So I'll be quick, and then I will be gone. A little over 29 years ago, a just turned 18-year-old Kevin Hanrahan, not even graduated from high school, joined the Massachusetts Army National Guard because it was a way to pay for college. But that's only partly true and really not the first chapter in the story. My service to the nation actually began in 1999 when my dad, Sergeant First Class Robert Hanrahan, was mobilized and deployed to Desert Storm. During that deployment, I experienced firsthand the sacrifice of an Army family. I don't remember the date, but I will never forget the moment or place when I decided that I was going to join the Army. Fort Devens, Massachusetts, spring 1991. It was the day my dad returned from Desert Storm. The soldiers pulled up in a big Bluebird bus in their chocolate chip uniforms, and I was holding a sign that said, "My father is my hero." And he was and always will be. They say that every soldier needs a sergeant. My dad was my first sergeant. We were assigned to the same unit for 4 years, and he ingrained into me several tenets that I have carried throughout my entire career. He told me the Army is easy, just do what you're told. And so I interpret that as not only that, but be a good leader, you have to be a good follower. The second is to get a haircut and shine your boots before drill every week. So presence and how you carry yourself matters. So this is the National Guard, and so he told me to pass my PT test. But really what he was telling me was just to meet the standards. They're Army standards, they're not very hard. He said, be a good person, care about your teammates. So he was light years ahead of our Chief of Staff, who says that people first winning matters. But that's something that I've always carried throughout my entire career. And then he said, shut up and listen. So I interpret that as be humble and then never miss an opportunity to shut up. Where's Chris Hodel? You've heard that many, many times, Christopher. So these 5 principles taught to Private Hanrahan from 1992 to 1996, driving to and from drill weekend, by then Sergeant First Class Hanrahan, have been my guiding principles since I was commissioned back in 1996. The other 2 things they told me was to become an officer and stay 20 years active duty. I know he had his doubts, and I know he's listening from heaven right now, but I can assure you I was listening, Dad. So I want to say thank you to him, tell him that he was right, and that I miss him every day. I also want to thank my mom, who, much like my own wife, who I will mention shortly, gave up her career to raise my brother and I to become good people and citizens of this nation. I am who I am today as a person because my mother always believed in me, supported me, and was there for me. Thank you, Mom. Yay, Allison. Okay. Hey, there are far too many people, leaders, peers, subordinates to name, that have contributed so immensely to my development as a leader, soldier, and person. From the leaders, I was taught how to lead and how not to. From my peers, I was given brotherhood and sisterhood. and from my subordinates I was taught just how precious it is to lead America's sons and daughters, something I never take lightly. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention Colonel Retired John Garrity and Colonel Retired Rob Dillon for their continued support and leadership throughout my career, and my sergeants, Sergeant Major Damian McIntosh, retired, and my first shot in Iraq from 2004 to 2005, and Command Sergeant Major Pete Harrington, my battalion sergeant major. What a couple of phenomenal NCOs and even better people. I also want to recognize First Lieutenant Tim Price and Specialist Ty Vu, who were killed in action under my command in 2004. You'll never be forgotten. Lastly, and most importantly, I want to thank my family, my wife Megan, who through fate came into my life during an incredible hard time in my life. Not only did she lift me up, she brought us 3 wonderful children who bring so much joy to our lives. Especially Caleb Hanrahan. And Allison Hanrahan and Brady Thomas Hanrahan, named after the goat. I want to thank my kids, who are proud Army children, living on post and seeing you and your friends all standing at attention when that cannon goes off with your hands over your hearts. It's really special, and it brings pride to me every day. Every American should see that. I'm so very proud of my kids and look forward to our next chapter. Brady, I swear I won't travel as much, and the next chapter is about you all. So I'm proud of my career and what I've achieved, but I know these contributions will be dwarfed by those that I leave behind. They will be the most lasting accomplishment that I have in the Army. But the greatest contribution I will give the nation will be delivered through raising contributing members of our great nation, my children. That is the focus of this next chapter for us. So it's been an honor to wear the uniform and serve this great nation. I will miss the people I serve with, but I am leaving with a full heart and not a single regret. I will always be a soldier for life. People first, winning matters. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as America's First Corps Army Band plays the Military Police Regimental March and the Army Song, and remain standing for the retiring of the colors.
Sound, attention! Request permission to retire the colors. Retire the colors. Retire the colors.
Sir, this concludes the ceremony.
Take charge of the command. Commanders, take charge.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's change of command ceremony. On behalf of the commander and the command sergeant major, thank you for attendance at today's ceremony. Colonel Hanrahan, Megan, and family will receive friends and well-wishers in front at the reviewing stand. Please join the soldiers of the 6th Military Police Group, CID, at a reception hosted by Colonel Jacobs at the 6th Military Police Group headquarters immediately following the ceremony. Thank you.